Alright, everyone, it's 7 o'clock. Let's get started. Do you have any new people attending Racing for Recovery for the first time tonight?
Thank you for attending the Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting. We are focused on maintaining a drug-free and healthy lifestyle. Since 2001, our open forum meetings welcome parents, adolescents, recovering individuals, and anyone who supports our mission. Your suggestions, comments, or ideas are welcome to make our meetings the best they can be. The Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting is a cutting-edge alternative to what is currently offered by combining substance abusers, families, friends, and the public at large. We have created an environment that is beneficial to everyone who has been affected by alcohol or drug addiction. Meeting start time is 7 p.m. Please be on time. Please turn off cell phones or ringers to vibrate and refrain from posting on social media during the meeting to show respect and courtesy to yourself and others. Please only one person speaking at a time. Please speak loudly so that everyone can hear. Proof of attendance is gladly provided. Please turn in your paperwork prior to the meeting and you can pick it up at the end of the meeting. Honesty is required. Feel free to openly share your comments and points of views on how alcohol and drug addiction has impacted your life. This meeting is open to people of all ages and welcomes diversity, so please refrain from using excessive foul language or language that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or disability to maintain an atmosphere of respect and dignity for all who are present. If you see a visitor, a new member, or returning member that you haven't seen in a while, please warmly welcome them into our program. Your confidentiality is important to us. What you say here will not be discussed outside of the meeting. Please refrain from leaving the meeting while it is in progress because it is disruptive to others. Smoking or vaping should be done away from all entrances out of respect for those who choose not to partake in that. Please do not smoke or vape by the doors and dispense of all trash in a garbage can and do not litter on our premises.
Thank you, Dustin. Who's got the guidelines for living a lifestyle recovery? Somebody? Someone have the guidelines?
Yeah, I'll read it. I didn't know it was at the table. Guidelines for living the lifestyle of recovery. Lifestyle recovery guidelines are intended to be utilized by recovering individuals and their families and anyone else who is striving to avoid substance abuse and achieve sobriety. 1. Recognize that substance abuse ruins lives. 2. Wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse, such as our education, employment, equality relationships, health and fitness. 3. Using resources such as friends, family, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, or music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. 4. Finding balance and working towards making it a part of everyday life. 5. Building self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. 6. Understanding the negative behaviors of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. 7. Lifting up a person is different than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyles. Be there for yourself and be patient with your friends and family. 8. Learning how to help without supporting an addict's behavior. Providing assistance to the recovering individual that will improve their lives, not further their usage. 9. Recognize personal challenges and integrating them into our lifestyle as challenges to triumph over. 10. Caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is the source we use for our self-worth. Each person is truly magnificent. Our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting a lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
Thank you. All right, who's got what Racing for Recovery means to me by Kelly Anderson?
I do. What Racing for Recovery means to me by Kelly Anderson. R. Respect yourself enough to quit using. A. Accept the challenges that lie ahead. C. Commit to your recovery. I. Include friends and family on your journey. N. Never doubt your will to succeed. G. Give yourself credit for your accomplishments. F, focus on the positive things you want in life. O, overcome your fears and keep moving forward. R, remember the reasons you are seeking sobriety. R, reach out to others to give and receive support. E, expect holes in the road, choose another road. C, care for your body. We only get one in this lifetime. O, open your heart, mind, emotions, and spirit. V, victory comes from a balanced lifestyle. E, educate yourself on all aspects of recovery. R, racing for recovery saves lives. And Y, you will learn that with sobriety, anything is possible.
Thank you, Dana. All right, it's time for introductions. Here's where we go around the room. You say your name, why you decided to join us. You don't have to say you're an actor or alcoholic, but you can if that helps you.
My name's Dustin. I'm here tonight. I say the same thing every week, but it's so true. I'm here tonight because I can't think of a better way to start off my week. After a great weekend, you know, I enjoy coming here and seeing all of you guys.
My name is Craig, and I'm here to learn. I'm White, I'm here for the evening.
My name is Mike, I'm here for the positivity. Mike also. I love being here, I love seeing everybody here. There's nowhere else I'd rather be right now.
My name's Michael.
It's not Mike.
My name's Michael, and I'm just here to learn tonight.
And I'm Michael's mom. I'm going to support all the Michaels.
I'm Pat. My name is Michael, and I come here for the positivity and to see all my friends.
I'm Jennifer, and I come because, well, I guess I usually don't say a lot, but a year ago I didn't know if I'd be raising this guy on my own or not. And now watching him with his dad is like better than anything I could ever imagine. And we have this place to thank for that, so. And this is Pat.
I'm Jeremy, I'm here for support.
My name's Dylan, I'm here to stay sober and keep learning.
I'm Daryl, and I'm here because I'm not ready to die yet.
I'm Michael, I'm here because I believe in this program.
I'm here for the positivity, and nothing changes if nothing changes.
I'm Raj, I'm here to learn and be helpful.
So James.
I'm Dave, I'm here to listen and learn.
John, here for accountability, inspiration, self-improvement.
DJ, I'm here to learn.
My name's Derek, and been in recovery for almost 2 decades.
My name's Frank. I'm here to give support and receive support.
I'm Emily. I'm here for the positivity and peer support.
I'm Leanna, and I am here to remain teachable.
I'm Bobby Jo. I'm here to remain.
Hi, my name is Mary Jo. How's everybody doing tonight? Laughing too. I came to Racing for Recovery for numerous reasons, and today I'm working on some peace and serenity.
My name's Sean, I'm here for support.
My name's Kristen, and I come because this place teaches me how to live a happy, healthy lifestyle.
My name's Keith. I'm here to learn and to stay focused.
Well, my name's Jeff, and I'm here to be inspired and to learn, and I know we're about to read some great stuff in this book. So.
My name's Adam, I'm here just to listen and learn.
I'm Bobby. It's Monday night, and this is the place to be.
My name's Dan. I come here for the peer support and,
Steve, I come here for a positive atmosphere and continue to improve.
My name is Jesse, just coming back around again.
My name's Rick. I'm here to support Mike.
My name's Dustin, I'm here to support Chrissy.
I'm Chrissy. I'm here to learn and listen. I'm Sarah. I'm here because I really enjoy being here with everybody. And I second Dustin. I think it's an awesome way to start my week. And there's a lot of good stuff in this book.
Anthony. I love coming to racing to enjoy being with my friends and for the support and just a general inspiration.
My name's Faye and I come to give and get support. I'm Cindy. I come, as Joe says, to remain teachable and give and receive support.
My name is Chris. I come to figure out how to be happy. And there's a lot of good stuff in this book.
I'm also Mike, and I'm here because I value my life more than ever nowadays. I'm here to laugh, I'm here to smile, I'm here to have fun. It's been a great journey since I've been here.
I'm Patrick, and I'm here because this is part of my routine, and there's a lot of great stuff in this book, and like Dustin and Sarah said, there's a lot of good stuff in this meeting too.
I'm Eric, and I keep coming back for balance and patience.
I'm Courtney, and I'm here for peer support and to hold myself accountable.
I'm Adam, and I am here to be active in my recovery.
I'm Larry. I'm here because I really like this meeting, and I get great advice from my peers and also the staff here.
I'm Anna. I'm here just because I choose to be here with you.
I'm Randall. I just always enjoy reading this book. I learn something great every time I read it, so why not just keep coming?
I'm Rob. I'm here for the positivity and continue to learn and realize how bald drugs and alcohol make me when I look in that mirror, in that camera.
Josh. I'm Josh. I'm here to continue to grow and to be the best version of myself.
I'm Candace, and I am also here for the great peer support and just the love in the room.
I'm Tara. I'm here to stay on the right track.
I'm Heather, and I come here to create my own happiness.
Kyle, I'm here for the support, to give it, receive it, and I'm here for some happiness as well.
I'm Terry, I'm here for inspiration.
I'm John, I'm here to hold myself accountable, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be tonight.
Hi everybody, I'm Joe. I come to Racing for Recovery to see my friends. I love coming to this meeting because it's a great way to end my day and start my week. And yeah.
I'm Peg, and I'm here to support my son Michael.
I'm Mike, and I'm here for the positivity.
I'm Darnell, and I'm here because this place is going to save my life.
I'm Kurt. I'm here because this is the best choice I made tonight.
I'm Nick, here to learn.
I'm Tom. I'm here to keep leveling up on my sobriety and continue to grow.
I'm Desiree, and I'm here to learn.
I'm Drew, and I'm here to learn how to live life.
I'm Tiffany, and I'm here to give and get support. I'm Angela. I'm here to remain teachable.
I'm Tara, I'm here to listen.
I'm Jason. I'm here because they let me. It's Monday night. This place is awesome. Yeah, it's good.
I'm Brittany, and I'm here so I don't act out of impulse.
I'm Carl. I'm learning how to be a better me and to be accountable.
I'm Deanna, and I'm also being accountable. And I came tonight to hear some good stuff from my peers.
Justin, due to the crappy weather, I'm here because my son's baseball game was canceled. And instead of going and sitting in my room by myself, I figured I'd come and hear some good stuff.
My name is Jeremy Danielski. Racing for Recovery empowers me, and exploring avenues like this and getting into this literature kind of solicits that empowerment, so that's why I'm here.
I'm Nate, and I'm here to listen and learn.
I'm Jalen, and I'm here because I'm starting a whole new chapter in my life.
I'm Stacy. I'm here to continue to learn.
I'm Jeff. I'm Jeff. I'm here for some new insight and just some support.
I'm Brandon. It's my first time ever here, and I just wanted to check it out.
I'm Dave. I'm here because I'm an addict.
Jose. I'm here to listen and work on myself.
Kevin, I'm here for support.
My name's Joe. I come here for a lot of reasons, mostly to remain teachable, and there's no better way to start off your week than coming here at midnight.
And I'm Steven. I missed you guys last week. I really did. I was in Florida, but I missed you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no better place to be than here. I don't care. I got homesick, and I wanted to be back here with you guys, so I came back. And I needed to come back from vacation, too. That's the point. But I'm glad to be here. So, who's got the answer by Donald D. Carr?
Frank. The answer by Donald D. Carr. Running from the misery, trying to escape the pain, as I approach the light of hope that lies before me. Each step overwhelms me. Every breath sears my throat. I ache. My body rebels against me. My memories torment me. Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drug abuse. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand. They don't care who I am. I'm a human being, full of thoughts and feelings. I'm worth saving. Just show me the way. At last, I reach the light of promise. There stands the answer. Open arms, understanding smiles, looks of trust. So it begins, racing for recovery.
Thank you, Frank.
Welcome.
All right, announcements. There are 83 people here tonight, and some of them are Mike, so that's like 1 in 12 people are Mike, I think. That's pretty good ratio, so nice. I like that. Also, in other news, there's a race coming up. It's in October. It's going to be sweet. Stay tuned. Anything else? How'd the race go this weekend?
Awesome.
Pretty good.
Cool.
Good.
That's awesome. Michael.
Spirituality meeting Thursday will not be. There's nobody to facilitate it this week, so
Cool.
last I knew, that's the case.
Cool. Thank you. Other than that, let's get started. As you can see from the introductions, our meetings are for everyone affected by self-destructive behaviors. No topic is off limits. If you have a question or something you'd like to discuss, we encourage you to bring it up early so we have time to discuss it. With that being said, before we get started in the book, does anyone have anything they'd like to talk about? Anything good? Anything bad? Anything in between? We have one more book, by the way, if anyone wants to borrow it. Don't all come jumping. Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna take.
Heather, do you want it? No.
Yeah. All right, but we are on page 26. Jeremy, here.
I'll read it.
All right, cool. Yeah, 26, in my experience.
In my experience, there are 3 things that will keep you going and not using it. The only thing you can do is stand strong and take the anger, resentment, and mistrusts that come your way. 1, humility. 2, empathy. 3, gratitude. Humility, we've talked about, but it doesn't just mean accepting other people's anger without responding. Humility is also about burying your ego. Let me tell you, when you get sober, a lot of people will come up and tell you that you're the bomb. You start believing that, and not only will you alienate all those people who trust you're trying to earn back, but you might just start thinking that you're invincible and that a few drinks now and then won't hurt you. Big mistake. Empathy means that you can put yourself in the other guy's shoes and appreciate that while your road may have been hard, his may have been even more brutal. It means having perspective and understanding that you aren't the only victim of your addiction. It's appreciating that the experience of other recovering addicts is just as valid as yours, and their wisdom deserves the same respect. Gratitude is most important of all. Let's say that you spend 15 years living in a bottle. One day you walk out of that dark tunnel with your health and mental faculties intact, and some people in the world who still stand by you, you had better be grateful. I count my blessings every day when I wake up above the grass and not under it, because I know that it's one more day that I have the chance to make the world a little better. I'll stop there. We'll elaborate on this.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thanks, Jeremy. All right, so like I always say, there's a lot of good stuff in here. Who thinks the same? Who has something to say about this?
Me.
Yes.
Well, humility, obviously, I've struggled with that more than anything. I've elaborated about it, obviously, that pseudo armor. That's the big one for me. Being empathetic, I have a tendency to be a little pretentious, so that can be difficult for me as well. And then gratitude, like I'm probably the most ungrateful person, I'm sure. But bringing that up, it's being conscious of that, and it's trying to address it on a daily basis. I think, minute by minute or hour by hour, I think I address all three of those, even if I realize I'm doing it or not. And that's just being self-reflective. So, Todd obviously had the intellectual ability when he wrote this literature to sit back and be objective about it. I think those 3 points are like a big sticky for anybody. I know when my ego gets involved and I get 17 months, I think I can take one hit. So I like reading that. That's kind of where I stopped what it was. So,
Yeah.
I'll kind of share a little on it.
Cool. Thank you, Jeremy. Frank.
I'd like to talk about empathy, and that's the one I'm working on, because gratitude and humility I've already taken care of. I like how it talks about walking in other people's shoes. I've heard that a lot through my life. And I've noticed that with walking in another person's shoes, you better understand the person. You walk with them, or walk in their shoes, see what their life's about and stuff like that. And that shows you, to relate, and try to help that person and stuff. So, yeah, I'm working on that.
Thank you, Frank.
Yep.
I think that these 3 points, humility, empathy, gratitude, are just huge. I know Todd, AJ, we all stress humility, empathy, and gratitude as like basis to like grow in your sobriety, because they're so important. They're so like, if you need these structurally sound to grow, I think, and it's about balance too, the whole holistic lifestyle. And I know for me personally, I tend to think that I don't have humility. Either people say I'm humble all the time. I don't think so. I still think I have an ego. It's something to always work for. Same with gratitude and empathy. It's like a never-ending journey, just like sobriety, just to keep working on it, like patience. All these things are things I need to work on. I like how you brought that up. I mean, you should give yourself a little bit of credit. I don't think you're the least empathetic, least grateful, least, I don't think so at all. But self-awareness is key, and you touched on that too, which is very important, so thank you. And Frank, empathy is huge too. I totally get that, because unless you will, I don't know, you have to have like a horse with blinders on to not have empathy, because when you're sitting in this room, we're all sharing, we're all very similar, we're all here for a reason. And without empathy, it's almost like, I don't know, we all have empathy just being here, I think, just to understand each other, because we've all gone through it. So maybe not to the extent that each other has gone through, but we all understand. So I think that's a little bit of empathy we all have. And I like what you said, Frank. Thank you. Deanna, you have something?
Yeah. I kind of just really related to like on like the last little bit on page 26, where he's talking about empathy, and then it says it means appreciating that the experience of other recovering addicts is just as valid as yours, and their wisdom deserves the same respect. I was real judgmental, for a while, and And I realized, you know, that it was because I didn't want to look at my own crap. And when I discovered that by judging others, I'm really judging myself, that's what helped me stop doing that. And when I started being able to pinpoint the things about myself that needed work as well, and then I realized that those things were usually what I was seeing in someone else that was, you know, getting to me or something like that. And, you know, and just through time, like we were talking about today, we were talking about how, you know, some of the things that irk us about somebody or, you know, whatever it is, over time, it starts to get better, but, you know, while they're growing, so am I. And so by me growing, it's not that that particular thing is getting better in them, it's that it doesn't bother me anymore. Because, you know, I'm doing work on myself and I'm focusing on myself. And the more I pay attention to my own crap, you know, the less important other people's you know, things that bother me are or whatever. But I guess the fact that, you know, when it says that their wisdom deserves the same respect, like, you know, we're more alike than we are different, big time. And I have no right to play God and judge whether somebody's problem, situation, whatever it is more or less important, you know, than I think it should be or whatever. So I guess, yeah, I'm definitely gonna, I was having a hard time like really thinking of all empathy was, you know, like the difference, so that helped me understand that. Thank you.
Thanks, Deanna. Jason.
Humility, empathy, and gratitude to me they're all action words, stuff that I really need to do. I'm a firm believer, if I spot it, you got it. So if I see something in somebody else that bothers me, it's because I do the same shit. And that's just, period. If not, I wouldn't recognize it, I wouldn't notice it. The humility and the ego, that's something that ego reeks. And I know when I get to a point to where I'm thinking that I'm doing something better or I'm judging somebody else, I need to check myself. We are all going through this together. Everybody's story might be a little gory, details might be a little different, but we're all hurt. We're all dealing with some similar issues. We've all hurt people. We all have some wreckage to fix. We all have some internal demons that we're working on. And I really like the respect. Respect other people as you would like to be respected. And when somebody says something, you know, to thoroughly listen to what they're saying, because it might change, not only just make you feel better, it might change your whole perspective, outlook on life. I've learned some things from people that have been a day sober, you know, just some of the shit that I've heard so profound, and it sticks with me. And that's why I say these are action words, because it's something I have to do every day, and that's the key to happiness. If I want to be happy, I need to put these in my life. I say I struggle with happiness. I used to wake up angry every day and fight for happiness, and you know, it's taxing and tiring. And the more I implement these three things into my daily living, the lifestyle, the holistic lifestyle, I'm happy 90% of the time. And that's like 89% better than I was doing before. So I am grateful. So thank you.
Thanks. Emily?
I've never talked in front of this many people, so I'm super nervous. But something that I really relate with and struggle with is the humility. When Jeremy read the part that says, but you might just start thinking that you're invincible and that a few drinks now and then won't hurt you. Big mistake is something that has always like taken me back to going back out again, because I'll get the job and I'll get my family's trust back and think that everything's okay. So maybe if I go to the bar one night with my friends, I'll be okay, because I'm got everything back that I lost, and every time it's led me back to square one. So that's one thing that I'm really trying to learn from, something that I think the way that it was put into words just kind of resonated with me really well. But that's all.
Cool, thank you. Rob?
Gratitude's a big one for me. When I came in here a little over a year ago, I wasn't grateful for anything, you know. I wanted what everybody else had, and I wanted it right now. And you guys have taught me that you can get it back in time. You can get everything back. And it's all coming back around, you know. And I'm so grateful that this program's here to help everyone that wants to be helped. And just like everything. Like, I'm not leaving here, I've said it before, in a police car to go to jail tonight, you know? And I have a job, and I have a driver's license. And everyone will get that in time. But I'm so grateful that this place has helped me to realize that. Before it was like, hey, you see that guy's car? Yeah. Well, now I can get that too, with time. By not giving all my money to the dope man, I could have had that car 10 times, you know? If you put your heart and soul in it, you can get anything. With sobriety, anything is possible. And I've learned that here. That's all.
That was the hardest thing for me to fathom at first, was that with sobriety, anything is possible. I'm like, this is a bunch of garbage. Like, I don't believe this whatsoever. But the longer I stayed sober, I just realized I can do whatever I'd like to do now. Because before, drugs and alcohol just prevented me. They were the biggest deterrent to my success, to my growth. And I never thought about that while I was using that. The thing I had to do was just quit using drugs and alcohol and work on myself, and I could do whatever I wanted. I always tried to find the little ways to weasel around it, try to do this, that, or the other thing, but keep using, and it never worked. And every time I thought I had it, like Emily was saying, I'd go back, and I'd be like, okay, things are good now. And then I'd just get shit on even more, sorry. And it just would happen every single time, until I actually just admitted to myself, and I was like, all right, I have to do this for real. And I have to give it my all. Things started going well, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I had the answer the whole time. I didn't even know it, and it's just interesting. I just had to share that. James.
I raised my hand when I was with a lot of people. I need to have more gratitude and humility. Kind of sit back and do what I want to do. What I want to do and what not to do. Don't want to do or whatever. You know, I don't really feel like since I've been here, I've been real grateful for this place. You know, I've been isolating. You know, I've been declining everybody's advance to try to get to know me. I don't come over here. You know, I do a lot of. I need to humble myself and I'm a man and I got these images that I gotta be strong and I gotta be tough, and it's hard for me to open up to people. You know, so I always get that, man, he's always looking serious and angry all the time. He's my happy face, but don't nobody know that. You know, I gotta be a little bit more grateful for this place, for the opportunity they gave me, because I kind of just came in, like I said, I came in and did what I wanted to do. Oh, God, shit, I've been here a month and I feel worse than when I came in. And that's not the point of this. You know, and this may not be for a meeting setting, and damn, there's a lot of people. But I feel like if I want to take the right steps in the right direction, at least this is the first step for me. You know, to really do it. That's all I got. Thank you.
Jeremy.
These two said something like 3 minutes ago that was like really fucking dynamic to me, right? They brought up the fact that I will sit here and not know you, but I will dislike you so strongly because you're displaying character traits I dislike in myself.
Yeah.
But I don't even know that's why I dislike you, but I do out like, oh man, I'm strong, you know, I'm like thinking of shit, I don't know, maybe it's fucked up. The fact that they even said that's powerful because you're addressing it, right? That was like, that stuck out to me because I do that all the time. Not so much that I'm conscious of it now, but like that shit was dynamic to me. And James, dude, like I appreciate you saying that too because me and you have, you know, we kind of know each other. We have a lot of the same background. That's cool, man. Like, let's get to know each other better, dude. So that shit was just powerful.
Thank you. Kyle?
All right, so I can definitely relate to you, Stephen, Emily as well. And with the book, I can relate as well on page 27. I would too do the same thing, you know, clean up my act. And then find myself back in the same place, thinking it's okay. Honestly, just you know, the whole snowball effect. So I guess now, you know, today, day after day after day, I want to be able to count my blessings more, just because I'm grateful for, I guess, how far I've come already. And I want to keep holding myself accountable. You know, I want to wake up above the grass and not under it. And like it says, because I know that's one more day that I have a chance to make not the world a little bit better, and not to sound selfish, but my world a little bit better. Because I want to be the person I want to be. So I can definitely relate to this part of the book. You know, like I said, I want to hold myself accountable, take my next steps, whatever I gotta do. So.
Thank you, Kyle. Kristen?
Emily hit the nail on the head with everything she said. I can totally relate. And with that being said, I am so grateful for this program and myself for utilizing everything to its fullest. And that when it mentions, you know, being above grass, before I didn't care if I died. I had suicide attempts, and I'm thankful for my spirituality. And I'm just grateful that I'm above ground and I'm here and everybody's so cool. Awesome opportunity.
Thanks, Kristen. Drew?
So, gratitude for me is like, I'm grateful for going through all the stuff that I've been through, and because it got me here, right? And I mean, I'll have 4 months next week, but I'm still early. So if I'm being honest, I still have fleeting thoughts of using. But for me, I feel like they're so fleeting because I'm so grateful for where I'm at today. And that always, it just reminds me that I know where it goes, but why would I throw away where I'm at right now? Because I know that's what's gonna happen. And I feel like that's like my own self-growth, and it just being like in one ear and out the other, but it's a thought, you know what I mean? And for me to use would jeopardize this, what I'm a part of, this Racing for Recovery, and it's not worth it because I'm so grateful for everything this place has done for me and how it's given me the tools to live, and to risk all that for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, or for me to go back out for however long is just, it's not possible for me at this point, you know what I mean? Because of the gratitude that I have.
Yeah.
That's all.
Thank you. Cindy?
Well, these three go so hand in hand. So raising my boys, my number one thing, you can ask them, is I taught them how to have empathy. And I kind of lost that in my addiction. You know, I always said, oh, I don't have a problem, whatever, and I'm not like that person. Oh, I would never do that. You know, it wasn't until I got empathy, you know, till I became empathetic again for other people did it humble me, which then in turn made me grateful for getting that empathy back, because if it wasn't for everyone's experiences, we learned from all that, and we wouldn't be able to, you know, you can't just be empathetic and not grateful or humble. I mean, it's just so, I think, to me, empathy, once you got that down, I mean, it's all, it just comes along. And I'm really losing my thought here, but it's just, yeah, empathy is a big, it's deep, and it's one of the toughest things to admit that just because one person was addicted to 3 things and, you know, I was a closet alcoholic, that, you know, I'm not any different. And that person has taught me more. I don't know where I'm going, I'm so sorry. But you know what I'm saying? It's just humbling to be empathetic and be grateful that you finally understand what it means to be empathetic.
Nice.
There you go.
It did make sense, a lot of sense. Thanks, Cindy.
When I first started coming here, I feel like I was, I wouldn't say I didn't have any gratitude, but I was almost grateful for the wrong things, or I was grateful for the wrong things. I was just grateful that, like, I was schooling my mom and dad still, and, like, doing my own thing still, and, like, now that I'm, like, actually working the program, I'm grateful for literally, like, everything. Like, I'm grateful for my mom taking care of the kids. I'm grateful that I wake up and I'm not, like, fucking trying to call people. Like, I'm grateful that I can walk over here and not be, like, fucking miserable. I'm grateful, like, my kids are happy, they're safe, I'm safe. Like, I could name a lot of stuff, but, so, yeah. I have gratitude. Yeah, okay. I'm done.
Thank you. Mike.
Still Mike, one of the Mikes. So we had the race, we helped out yesterday morning, and it was a blast. Like, I had so much fun doing it. That's the first time I'd ever done something like that, volunteering, helping out. And it wasn't too bad, like when we were all in the group, it kind of could blend in, cheering people on and whatnot. And then Emily comes up and she's like, hey, we need some people to go up front where they're separating the marathoners from the relayers, And so, like, there's, like, in the middle of the street, there's a line of cones, and she just, like, sets me right in the middle of this, and there's, like, 50 people, like, right next to me, kind of watching runners and me, like, cheering them on. And after saying great job, like, 65 times, I just didn't know, I was, like, trying to think of other stuff to say, and it was just very humbling. Randall was up there, right there with me. It was so fun, man. It just kind of got me out of my shell a little bit, and seeing them, it was the 16th mile, so they were struggling, not struggling, but you could tell they were going through it, and definitely got some empathy and some humility in there, and it was just a really great experience. I just want to keep having experiences like that, so that's all I got.
Awesome. Doug? Nice.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything. I've been kind of a wreck all day, but I feel obligated to say something. Could probably say somebody's life. A close friend of mine, Daryl, today was arrested and was on the way to CCNO with cardiac arrest as a result of a drug overdose, and he died. We've all had people that are close to us that have died because of this. You know what I'm saying? But this shit's real. It's a real reminder. It's the first death that I've dealt with sober and probably ever. So just pay attention. I mean, this shit's making for us, for real. I knew him. I was super close to him. I met his children, seen him interact with his children. He's got children that are 6, 8 years old. I can't imagine what his family's going through. But this shit's real. Like that.
Thanks, Tom.
I just wanted to say real quick that I really like what Cindy was saying about just like, how it took a little time to become empathetic again, and I think I definitely relate to that because I felt like, when I first got sober, I was like just really like mean and cold-hearted and very like I said, like judgmental. stuff like that. And I think a lot of that is, it's like, I was still in survival mode, I think, you know, and wasn't ready to let that guard down. And I kept praying, like, you know, let me have this unconditional compassion, you know, like my mom has. Like my mom, like people could be screwing her over in her face and she's like, oh honey, you know, she's like, it's okay, it's whatever. You know, it's just still give them $5 and send them on their way. She doesn't care, you know, but because she just genuinely loves people, you know, and so I'm like, oh, let me be like my mom in that way. But it kind of put it in perspective the way Cindy said it, and basically what it was I was just praying to be empathetic. I was praying to have empathy for people, you know, but I just really couldn't put it in words. So just thank you, Cindy, for saying that, because that helped me understand that a little better.
Frank?
I was just reading a little bit ahead, but the part, because I've already done it, the part where it says write a gratitude list, everything you're thankful for, grateful for. If you go and sit down and actually do that, you won't believe all the things you can say you're grateful for. There's so many, you think you can come up with, like what's on the list here, about 8 of them or something like that. Your list is going to be a heck of a lot bigger than that if you actually sit down and think about it.
I like what you said there, because gratitude today definitely saved my mood and my day in general, because I was having kind of an off day today. I don't know, it's a Monday, it usually happens, but meetings always help. But also, I was in the car today with somebody, and we were talking about the things we were grateful for, and that really just saved how I was feeling throughout the day. Like, I was getting down, I was kind of anxious, I recognized I was feeling off. But until I sat there with this individual while I was driving and we talked about things we were grateful for, just grateful for little things like just being sober today and grateful for not living under a bridge or getting rained out or getting washed away by floods under a bridge or something. It was just little things like that. And it just really saved my day, honestly. And that gratitude just in the works. And I was also riding the car today with somebody, and we were talking about empathy and we saw someone getting rained on just walking down the street, and the person I was with said, like, yeah, that's crazy you think that you feel sorry, sorry for them, but you'd feel kind of like, oh, that sucks for them, not like make fun of them. Because making fun of them is having an ego and being judgmental, and feeling sorry for them and feeling bad that they're walking throughout the rain is empathetic. And that was another thing right there. And it ties in with humility. It all ties in together. It's crazy how this works, and it really tied the day together that I read through this. So thank you, everybody. Jeremy.
I was just reading these 3 words together, and I feel like I just discovered fire or something. I don't know, maybe that's my fucking ego, but it's obvious that none of these work without the other, right? So perpetual motion doesn't exist in the real world, but I think it does in a metaphoric sense. So without empathy and gratitude, I don't think humility can exist. You know what I mean? So I think you need all 3 of these balanced in order to keep that perpetual motion continuous. That makes a lot of sense. I think, I don't think it's an accident that these 3 words are grouped together, but I just kind of looked at that, and it's really simplistic, but it makes sense to me. So I thought I would roll that out.
Michael.
I wanted to tell Dylan I'm sorry for your loss, bro, but I have a lot of empathy there for you and your friend. Earlier, it's been on the news, I guess, the last couple days, there was a body found up by the state line, not far from my house, and there was no sign of foul play, but in the news there was drug paraphernalia near the body, and I just kept kind of thinking about that. I even said something to my mom, like there was a time when I was in Texas that I very well could have been like me, like nobody missed that dude. Like nobody sent out anybody looking for him. He just like sat down in a ditch or wherever and shot up and died, and nobody looked for him. And it's just been on my mind a little bit, like And I just had so much empathy, like, I've been there. And when I got to this place, when I got to Racing for Recovery, I was still kind of in that place, even though I had my family and stuff supporting me and bringing me in meetings and stuff. I still felt like I was that dude in an alley and nobody would miss me. So I struggled with all these things in the beginning. And you're right, dude, like without the other one, none of these are gonna work. But there's another word in here, not to be a skeptic or go against what Todd's words here or anything, but I think there's another big word that's left out of this, and it's integrity. Because integrity is what you do when nobody's looking and how you really feel. Because I've seen a lot of people here in the time I've been here that's came and went, and while they were here, they preached these three things like, you know, like a pastor preaching to the congregation, like they had this, you know what I mean? But I have to stop and think maybe they didn't have any integrity. Maybe they really didn't mean it at all, you know? And it wasn't until I started getting a little bit of integrity and really feeling these things, like sincerely feeling them, not just reading them out of a book and saying them, but really feeling them, you know? And Todd and AJ and several people here have checked my integrity throughout my recovery, like, dude, you're saying some pretty powerful stuff. You know what you're saying right now? And I'm like, very much aware of what I'm saying right now. You know, and that you know, and I'm gonna turn a little bit spiritual with it, like in the Bible. All these things are in the Bible too, but the integrity's first, comes first. Like you really have to believe. Like I see it in the church a lot. Like I'm just gonna be a Christian on Sunday. That's not how it works. Like there's no integrity there. You know what I mean? Like 1 hour out of the week doesn't make you a Christian. And I've just really fell back on that integrity thing. Like, I'm not gonna walk around and act like somebody I'm not, you know? And I think my past, more so than my recovery, has given me the empathy, you know, the gratitude. Like, I'm grateful now that I'm still not that dude that could have died and nobody would have went looking for it. I was so far away from home or whatever. And you know, throughout my recovery, humility was like one of the hardest things here in this building, especially because your peers are like, dude, you're awesome, or you said this, or you did this, or you know, it's because of you that I came back, or you know, even some of the counselors like will really praise you, and it's hard to keep your ego out of the way and stay proud of yourself, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, to have pride but not ego. You know what I mean? Like, that was one of my hardest things to really get through. But again, like, once I found that integrity, that became easier. So, that's what I had on my mind.
You made me think a lot about what you were saying, and integrity is huge. It is. This is a support group meeting. It lasts an hour. There's 23 more hours in the day. I don't know how many hours you're awake for, but that's when that's when it matters. It matters what you're doing outside of this room, outside this building, when no one's paying attention, when no one's watching. That's when it matters. And it's called putting the work in, putting in action. Those are huge. And at first, it comes in, what I was trying to say is that faith is huge too. Whether it's faith in this program, faith in a higher power, faith in yourself that you can do this, faith is huge as well. If you have a little bit of faith, it goes a long way. I had to have faith in this program because nothing else has worked for me my entire life. I had faith in Todd Crandall because no one else understood me my entire life as a counselor. And I didn't at first. I didn't trust the guy or the shit. I was like, this guy's full of it. I don't trust him. There's no way this guy's going to help me. But then I had a little faith. And I kept coming back. And it worked. I gave in and I was like, this is working. This is great. So it just having a little faith, having some integrity, and what we're talking about, empathy, humility, and gratitude. It's huge. But before we clock out tonight, I want everyone to just sit for like a little while and just think about things you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be anything huge. It can be something as small as being able to breathe, being sober right now, being able to be in a building like this, anything, having your family, having some friends, just not being outside in the rain. Just think about things you're grateful for. And with that, Patrick.
Autobiography in 5 short chapters by Portia Nelson. I walk down the street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk, I fall in. I'm lost, I'm hopeless, it isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. I walk down the same street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk, I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. I walk down the same street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk, I see it, it's there, I still fall in, it's a habit. My eyes are open, I know where I am, it is my fault. I get out immediately. I walk down the same street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk, I walk around it. I walk down another street.
Thanks for coming, everyone. And there is going to be